It's time for Medford Rogues baseball as the Rogues take on the best of the West in the Great West League. Don't miss a minute of the action. Listen to every Medford Rogues game all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com. Now, it's time for Medford Rogues baseball. Here's the voice of the Rogues, Brian Schnee.
Another beautiful evening in Medford, Oregon. Brian Schnee with you here live on MedfordRogues.com. Final game of a 3-game series between the Medford Rogues and the Lincoln Potters. It's Father's Day. Thanks to all of you that have put the boys in the game. We really appreciate everything that our fathers have done for all of us. I know I do personally. And, of course, a lot of these guys were pushed by fathers when they were younger as coaches or as role models or as mentors and more. And we really appreciate everything that the fathers have done for us over the years. Moms, you are just as important, don't you worry. But today is Father's Day, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Brian Schnee with you here live on MedfordRogues.com. It's the final home game for the Medford Rogues before they take on a 6-game road trip. First in Marysville for 3, then in Chico for 3, a night off on Sunday, back here on Monday for one more with the Lincoln Potters. Lots to get to tonight. We'll get the starters for you in just a moment. But first, how about these Great West League standings as they look before tonight's game? The only other game in action, by the way, this evening is Portland at Chico. Marysville and Yuba City have the night off. Medford Rogues 12-5, winners of 6 straight, 9-1 in their last 10. The top of the league right now. Chico 11-6. 6-4 in their last 10, a full game back of the Rogues. In third place right now, the Lincoln Potters at 10-6. They've lost their last 2 here at Harry and David Field. The Portland Pickles are 7-10 in fourth place, 5 games back of the Medford Rogues in first. And Marysville 6-11, Yuba City 5-13. Jonathan Kerman is back with us as our field reporter tonight, and we join him now with Christian Coronado down on the field.
Thanks, Brian. I'm here with pitching coach Christian Coronado. Christian, Alex Isola is the big man on campus right now. Obviously, the highlight of his Rogues career is that walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 9th inning. What have you seen from Isola so far this season?
Isola's just taken pure leadership of the pitching staff. He came in and had a chip on his shoulder and a plan, and the pitchers responded well to it. He's a great addition to this team, and we're happy to have him.
As the pitching coach, I mean, you're working with the staff every single day. Who have you seen have the most improvement so far since the beginning of the year?
Well, I think all our pitchers have improved tremendously, but one guy particularly, Malik Evans, he's done a great job. From when he got here, he had a little bit of confidence issues, but he's starting to turn it around, and he's going out there competing and giving it what he had last year. I heard lots of tremendous stories about him, and he was one of our guys, and he's turning back into that role, so I'm excited to see what the future has for him.
Thanks so much, Christian.
Thank you.
Brian, back to you.
Thank you, Jonathan, and thank you, Coach Coronado, for the time. Valley Immediate Care is a proud sponsor of our Rogues broadcast team. Valley Immediate Care has locations in both North and South Medford, Ashland, Grants Pass, and Brookings, offering urgent care, occupational health, physicals, laser services, and more. Head to valley-ic.com for more information. A part of our Valley Immediate Care pregame injury report, Jake Gazzo still coming back from a left ankle injury. Other than that, most of the guys back there at full strength. We'll get you tonight's starters in just a few minutes, but first we'll step aside. We'll take a quick break. We'll come on back. We'll get you those starting lineups. We're moments away from the first pitch here at Harry and David Field. It's our final game of a 6-game homestand, a part of the Portland Pickles series, and now the Lincoln Potters in town on a special Father's Day edition of Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group. Starters and the first pitch coming up in just moments here live at MedfordRogues.com.
At People's Bank, we know that banking doesn't have to be complicated. Good banking happens when we put people first. Here at People's Bank, we're for the people with big dreams. We're here for families working on creating a better life for their children. We're for businesses investing locally to create a better community we're proud to call home. This is Ken Troutman, president of People's Bank. When we put people first, families grow stronger, businesses thrive, and our community flourishes. People's Bank. We put people first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For over 60 years, Lippert's Carpet One has been dedicated to helping people find the best flooring solutions for their home or business. And for over 60 years, Lippert's has sponsored and donated to many organizations in our community, and we appreciate them. If you want to completely transform a room, Lippert's has many products available, and there are more choices than ever. Whether it's for your home or business, Lippert's has a professional staff dedicated to helping you find just what you're looking for. Lippert's thanks you for over 60 years of being your flooring source. Located in Medford on North Pacific Highway or Rogue River Highway in Grants Pass, you can always find them online at lipperts.com.
Rogues fans, it's easier than ever to get your tickets to check out the Medford Rogues this summer. Visit medfordrogues.com and click the Tickets tab to pick your seats for the next night out at Harry and David Field.
Couple minutes away from the first pitch here live at medfordrogues.com. Brian Schnee with you. Nice to have you with us tonight. Medford Rogues will roll out a young right-hander tonight, just making his first appearance for the Rogues. Brett Walker, a California native, Clovis High School North, will make his first appearance out of Fresno, California. Will commit to play baseball at the University of Oregon in a stellar junior and senior season at Clovis North. He's actually the younger brother of Matt Walker, who is the closer at UCLA. Let's first give you the starting batting lineup for the visiting Lincoln Potters. In left, leading things off, number 12, Gilbert Sauceda. Batting in the 2 spot tonight, the second baseman, number 25, Will Law. Batting third tonight, the right fielder, number 11, Austin Swift. Batting cleanup this evening, the center fielder, number 7, Zachary Hall. Batting fifth tonight, the first baseman, number 21, Joseph Torres. Batting sixth, the third baseman, number 26, Braden DeBenedictis. Batting seventh, the designated hitter, number 2, Isaiah Garcia. Batting eighth tonight, the catcher, number 20, Mason Allen. And rounding out the lineup for the Lincoln Potters, number 16, Larry Fonseca. Nathan Gilman will throw for the Lincoln Potters. Native of Chino Hills, California, listed at 220, 6 feet 4 inches. A junior who attends Willamette University. Threw against the Rogues on June 9th. Picked up the win, 5 innings of work. 3 earned runs, 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Has a season ERA of 3.37. Has started 2 games for the Lincoln Potters. Has thrown 8 innings total, a total of 5 strikeouts, 5 walks, and 10 hits surrendered. For the Medford Rogues in the field tonight, in left, Clay Valenzuela-Reese. In center, Connor Lowry. And in right, Jake Helwig. At third base tonight for the Rogues, Davis DeLorfis. At shortstop, Scotty Wright. At second, Jaden Hanna. At first is Dante Gutierrez. Eric Yang will see some time behind home plate for the Medford Rogues. Yang just rolled into town. A 5'11", 185 freshman out of West Hills, California, wearing number 36 tonight for the Rogues. Throws right, bats right, and attends school at UC Santa Barbara. Also had another UC Santa Barbara guy on the squad for the last couple of years, Billy Frederick, who is no longer on the team due to age eligibility, but a couple really good years for the Medford Rogues. Just throughout the ceremonial first pitch, we'll step aside for the national anthem. We'll come back for the first pitch in this one. It is game 3 of 3 between the Medford Rogues and the Lincoln Potters. The Rogues 12-5, the Potters at 10-6. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com.
Be sure to follow the Rogues on social media for giveaways, special behind-the-scenes features, and more. Like us on Facebook at Medford Rogues Baseball, and follow along on Twitter and Instagram at Medford Rogues.
Bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Can't get much better than that. C.J. Reed, a beautiful rendition of our country's national anthem. The Rogues would like to thank our friends at Avista, serving Medford since 1906. Avista has created opportunities, sparked imaginations, and fueled innovation. Today, as they celebrate more than a century of service, the folks at Avista are committed as ever to helping the communities they serve to grow and prosper. Head to avistautilities.com for more information. So the Rogues have a young right-hander on the mound. Outgoing college senior, future freshman at the University of Oregon. Thanks to all of you for joining us live on MedfordRogues.com. We've got the Gilman clan joining us tonight. The Floyds. Doug is checking in from Vegas. We appreciate you joining us here live on MedfordRogues.com. Moments away from the first pitch. Local time 6:39 here in a beautiful Medford, Oregon. I can tell you this. No clouds in the sky tonight. It is beautiful. It's hot. It's 95 degrees. And the guys are wearing green tops, white bottoms for the Medford Rogues. The Lincoln Potters, man, they've got some flash. The orange tops and the gray bottoms. I'm sure Lincoln would love to somehow scrap in a win tonight. Came to Medford at the top of the league standings and have fallen to the heels of the Medford Rogues, who just gotten real hot. The Rogues have won 6 in a row. And talk about getting hot at the right time, much to the thanks of some of the bats. The Rogues had 15 hits last night. That is a season high for Medford. They tacked them on late. They had a big late inning, much to the thanks of some hitting, but also a couple miscues in the field that we hadn't seen from Lincoln when we were down in California. The Potters were so sound on their home turf, and I say home turf because it literally is home turf. That's the biggest difference between Harry and David Field and down at Lincoln. Turf infield with a dirt mound down in Lincoln, and that's the only ballpark in the Great West League, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that has a turf infield. All right, we're ready to go. Gilbert Sauceda steps in. The left fielder in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch from Brent Walker over the heart of the plate for a strike. Count 0-1. We are underway here at Harry and David Field. Thanks for joining us here live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group. Next pitch inside, 1-1. Walker working quickly with the 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Sauceda fouls it away, and the count is 1-2. Lincoln 10-6, managed by Eric Bloom. The Rogues 12-5, managed by Josh Hogan. Great West League action on a Father's Day Sunday. Thanks to all those dads out there tuning in who couldn't make it to the ballpark tonight. Nothing better than baseball on Father's Day. The count 2-2. Sauceda stares at the 2-2. Ground ball to the right side. Fielded by Dante Gutierrez, and he takes it himself for out number 1. This will bring up Will Law, the second baseman. Law also stepping in the left-handed batter's box, a .297 hitter, 11 hits, 9 runs, 12 RBI. First pitch from Walker to Law is in there for a strike at the knees, count 0-1. Good command here from Brett in his first start for the Rogues. First collegiate baseball appearance, truthfully, And here's the 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. Sauceda hit the 2-2 pitch over to Dante Gutierrez, who took it himself for out number 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch from the right-hander. Fouled away, and the count is 1-2. A little breeze here. That'll help the fans at the ballpark to stay cool tonight, but not much. A little bit still out there, and going to need some of those cold beverages to stay cool. Hydration. I can tell you I got about 3 water bottles next to me tonight. It's much more refreshing. We got the fans going upstairs here behind home plate. Walker has the 1-2. Full windup in the pitch, and he plunked him. He hits Will Law, so the Potters will have a runner on the bases with 1 out here in the top of the first inning. Cecil Falcons behind home plate. Kendall Snyder on the bases tonight. The guys chose to wear the black tops on a very hot evening here in Medford. I would have gone powder blue if I was out there in the crew chief, but hey, tomato. Austin Swift steps in. 250 hitter. 2 doubles this season, 8 RBI. 9 hits, 7 runs, appearing in his 12th game. First pitch from Walker to Swift is up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. On a special Father's Day, we had a great brunch. Players and their dads, community members and their dads. It was great seeing everyone taking batting practice, throwing the ball around. The 1-0 pitch is lifted down the right field line. Staring into the bright blue sky is Jake Helwig, and he makes the catch for out number 2. This will bring up cleanup hitter Zachary Hall. Will Law is over at first base. He was hit by Walker, pretty much square in the back. It was a fastball, but Law wasted no time trotting down to first. 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. Walker from the set. Leg kicks, fires. Inside part of the plate for a strike. Eric Yang behind home plate for the Medford Rogues tonight. Just rolled into town recently. Gets the call behind home plate. Alex Isola will DH tonight. Spent a lot of time behind home plate the last couple nights. Walker from the set, the 0-1 pitch. Outside, another fastball, and the count is 1-1. Again, you can also check out the live stat link in the description below your audio player. Hope you'll follow along on there as well. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Hit hard to right field. That one was smoked, and it is gone. Over the right field fence for a 2-run home run in the top of the first inning. And Zachary Hall took the fastball yard.
Up to bat for the Potters, first baseman Joseph Torres.
If you're Lincoln, how do you get out any better? 2-0 lead for the Potters. They have missed the long ball. And the air pretty stagnant here. I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe see one other. Maybe 2. Goodwood, left and right. Those are your spots. Yeah, it's hard to see one go out dead center here. 400 center field. On the right center and left center foul poles, we've got 407 markers. On the right field foul pole, about 45 feet in play, it is 339. Same over and left. A little dribbler as Walker fires to first and gets out of the inning. But 2 runs come across for the Lincoln Potters as they strike first here in the top of the first inning. It's a 2-0 lead. When we come back, we'll regather our thoughts and give you the starting batting lineup for the Medford Rogues, the fielding assignments for the Lincoln Potters. 2-0 after the top of the first inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Thanks to Fred Meyer, the Rogues offer specially priced family ticket packages for each Sunday home game. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 fountain drinks, 4 souvenir baseballs for just $44. And these ticket packages are only offered at each of the 3 Fred Meyer stores. We've got a couple locally in the Rogue Valley. Don't miss out on the fun. It's Fred Meyer Family Fun Sundays, just like we've got here tonight on Father's Day. 2-0 Lincoln after the top of the first. A 2-run shot off the bat of Zachary Hall, second home run of the year. Derek Molina, who's no longer with the squad, and Zach Hoffman also have 2 home runs this season for the Lincoln Potters. All right, here's the starting lineup for your home squad, the Medford Rogues. Leading things off at third base, number 18, Davis DeLorfis, batting the 2 spot tonight. Second baseman, number 5, Jaden Hanna, batting third. The left fielder, number 13, Clay Valenzuela-Reese, batting cleanup and DHing tonight. Number 24, Alex Isola. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 20, Dante Gutierrez. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 10, Connor Lowry. Batting seventh, and catching tonight, number 36, Eric Yang. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 27, Jake Helwig. And batting ninth, the shortstop, number 8, Scotty Wright. They are going up against Nathan Gilman, who pitched for the Lincoln Potters the first night that the Rogues were down in Lincoln. They only played 2 games. Game 3 was suspended due to weather. The right-hander's first pitch, in there for a strike on the inside part of the plate. Count 0-1. Sauceda in left, Hall in center, Swift in right. DeBenedictis at third, Fonseca at short, Law at second, Torres at first, Allen behind home plate. Gilman works from the stretch with no one on here in the bottom of the first. Off speed, looked like a changeup from Gilman, in there for a strike, and the count is 0-2. 2-0 lead for Lincoln here in the bottom of the first inning. Run support for the Potters right out of the gate. Gilman gets the sign from Allen. The 0-2 pitch, up and over the glove of the pitcher. Coming over is the second baseman, not in time, however, on the backhand. Nice throw by Will Law, but DeLorfis beats it out for an infield single. This will bring up Jaden Hanna. The Rogues have a run around with no outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Rogues rocking a 6-game win streak. The Potters were hot before getting up here to Medford. They lost 2 straight, 5-5 in their last 10, but they took a sharp route to the top of the Great West League, just winning right out of the gate. I'm sure they missed the bat of Derek Molina, selected in the MLB draft. Left the program the next night. A couple other guys, though, hitting up over 300. Gilman again from the stretch. DeLorfis over at first. The pitch to the left-handed hitting Jaden Hanna. Outside corner for a strike, and the count is 0-1. Hanna leading all Medford Rogues in average for everyday starters. 367. 11 hits, 8 runs, 10 RBI. Gilman sets on the 0-1 pitch. Holds and deals. Fastball just below the kneecaps, 1-1. Hanna went 2 for 4 last night for the Rogues in a 9-3 win. RBI and a run. Gilman comes to a set on the 1-1 count, holds extra, and fires to first. Throws it away. DeLorfis slides, gets right up, and fires down to second. He's rounding second base. He's going to go all the way to the third, and it's cut off. DeLorfis, hungry. Not 1 but 2 bases on the error. And now 90 feet away. Could be the Rogues' first run of the ball game here in the bottom of the first. They trail 2-0. So Jaden Hanna with a runner in scoring position. Again, Hanna with 10 RBI. One of 5 Rogues to have double-digit RBI on the season. And the count is 1-1. Tough play for the first baseman, Torres, to go get it. That ball was just thrown a couple feet away from the bag between DeLorfis sliding in safely and that ball thrown away. Torres really didn't have a shot at it. Went all the way to the fence, and now DeLorfis over at third. Count is 2-1 to Jaden Hanna. No outs. Gilman comes to a set. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, kept in front by Mason Allen. The count is now 3 balls and 1 strike. Last night was tough for the Potters in the field, something we haven't seen this season, at least in the 4 games that these two teams have squared off. I believe 6 errors for Lincoln in the field last night, most of which coming in the 8th inning. Here's the 3-1. Ball 4. Hannah trots down to first base. Runners on the corners for the Rogues and Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Left fielder Clay Valenzuela-Reese.
Clay on a tear for the Medford Rogues. 16th game for Medford. Appeared in for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. He's bounced around in the field. Second, third, now in left tonight. Hitting .365, 23 hits, which leads the team, 12 runs, 5 RBI. Just 2 strikeouts on the season. He lays down the bunt, fouls it away. Count 0-1. Alex Isola on deck for the Medford Rogues. Proven to be a feared hitter. Not only in the Great West League, but would have to think West Coast, man. I mean, he hit one up and over the scoreboard. Danny Mayer-esque, for those of you that have seen Rogues baseball over the last couple of years. You know the bat of Danny Mayer. Gilman sets. Runners on the corners. Count 0-1. Curveball just upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike as Valenzuela leaves it alone. Good Father's Day shout out for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. His dad, Bruce, joined us on the broadcast a couple weeks ago. Football coach, athletic director at Illinois Valley High School in Cave Junction, Oregon. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Low and in, 2 balls and a strike. Fun fact about Bruce Reese also coached Jacoby Ellsbury at Madras High School as the head baseball coach. So Clay has local ties to the Rogue Valley, but as we have him listed in Oregon City, Oregon native. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit hard down the third base side and foul. And the count is now 2-2. Gilman needing to work out of a jam here in the bottom of the first. Now the Potters struck first with a 2-run home run over the right field fence by Zach Hall. Rogues trying to make it an offensive game here early. Runners on the corners, no outs. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. Gilman sets, steals. Again, hit foul by Valenzuela-Reese towards the Medford Rogues dugout. Isola on deck. Dante Gutierrez will follow. No outs, bottom 1. 2-0 lead for Lincoln. Gilman gets the sign from Allen. Hannah at first, DeLorfis at third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Leg kicks, fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. A rare strikeout for Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Goes down after taking a good cut at it. The pitch was out of the zone and low, but he fished for it. 1 away in the first for Alex Isola. 12 RBI, a home run, a walk-off grand slam a couple nights ago. 4 doubles, 14 hits, 10 runs, a .304 average. Prior to tonight, has started every game since joining the club on the road trip in Marysville against the Yuba City Bears and then against Lincoln. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it away. Count 0-1. Isola, plenty familiar with a couple of guys on this Lincoln Potters team as being a Lincoln, California native. Could very well have gone and played for the Potters, but we're fortunate to have him here with the Medford Rogues. Count 0-1. Gilman holds, deals. Curveball lifted in the air to the right fielder. Going towards the line and making the catch is Austin Swift. Tagging from third is Davis DeLorfis. The throw is off the mark, and DeLorfis trots in and scores. A Utah product, drives in a fellow Utah Ute, and it's a 2-1 ball game.
Batting next for your Medford Rogues, first baseman Dante.
So Dante Gutierrez steps in the left-handed batter's box with Jaden Hanna over at first. Gutierrez at .254 average, 13 RBI, also 13 walks to go along with it. So Hanna, the lone runner, over at first. A 2-1 ball game here in the bottom of the first inning. Gilman sets. Has a sign from Allen as Hanna dances off a first, and as a result, Gilman steps off. Again, the only other game that's going on tonight, Portland at Chico, a 7:05 start. Down at the net at Chico State. First pitch of the at-bat to Gutierrez is low, and the count is 1-0. For the Rogues, Walker lived right around the zone, made a mistake, belt-high fastball to Zach Hall, but really commanded the zone in the top of the first. See if he can settle down in his second inning work. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, 2-0. Didn't look too far out from up here, but Mason Allen did not try to frame. And the count to Gutierrez is 2 balls, no strikes. 2 outs now for the Rogues here in the bottom of the first. They did get one, trailing 2-1. Hannah at first base. Gilman, leg kicks, fires a 2-0, just below the knees. And the count is 3 balls, no strikes. No doubt about that it was over the plate, and I think that actually drew a quick discussion from Mason Allen. We saw him turn around to the home plate umpire just to say, where was that? Looked pretty good. Gilman has the 3-0 to work with. The pitch. Called strike. Looked a little bit out, and some of the Medford Rogues fans had a couple remarks after the pitch. Count 3-1. 2 outs, bottom 1. The 3-1 pitch with 2 outs. Gutierrez lines it over the second baseman for a base hit. Hannah, round second, decides against, and will stand up there. Runners on first and second. Gutierrez with the second single of the first for the Medford Rogues. 2 runners on with 2 outs for Connor Lowry. Back in center field tonight for the Medford Rogues. Lowry is the Great West League leader in RBI with 19. He's also the poster child for us tonight on the game graphic. So that's number 10, Connor Lowry, wearing the green top, as you see in the game day graphic in your video audio player on MedfordRogues.com. Gutierrez picks up his 16th hit of the season. Hannah at second has stolen a base this year. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Gilman goes to the plate. First pitch is upstairs and taken by Lowry for ball 1. Rogues are on the road tomorrow, taking on the Marysville Gold Sox for the first time this year. Marysville has a night off, as does Yuba City. The 1-0. Below the kneecaps, 2 balls, no strikes. Marysville has won 3 straight. All coming against the Yuba City Bears, a sweep as the road team against Yuba City. They both play at Colusa Casino Stadium. Winners 9-2 last night. Lowry swings at the next pitch and fouls it away. Count 2-1. Tomorrow's game at Colusa Casino Stadium, actually the next 3 nights for Rogues baseball. 7:05 first pitch. Jonathan Kerman will have you for the 6:55 pregame. A 3-bouncer up to the second baseman, who takes it to second base himself for the force play as the Rogues strand a couple runners. They do get one across, and they trail 2-1 after 1. We'll go to the top of the second inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Top of the second inning on the way. Brian Schnee with you here live at MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group. A 2-1 score. Lincoln on top. As it'll be 6, 7, 8 in the lineup for the Potters. Morton's offers something for everyone. Morton's has a full sports bar, separate family dining side of the restaurant, even delivery. Check out the website, mortons.com. That's Morton's with 2 R's. Braden DeBenedictis, the third baseman, will make his first plate appearance here tonight, followed by Isaiah Garcia and Mason Allen. Up against the right-hander, Brett Walker. First pitch to DeBenedictis, out of the zone, 1-0. Quick to work with the sign from Eric Yang, in there for a strike at the knees, and the count is 1-1. DeBenedictis, a .340 average, 16 hits, 12 runs, 12 RBI. Here's the 1-1 pitch from the right-hander. Curveball outside. In the dirt, 2-1. The 2-1. At the knees for a strike. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Walker. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Fooled him on the inside part of the plate. Made DeBenedictis look silly for out number 1. First strikeout for Brett Walker. This brings up Isaiah Garcia. Rogues would like to thank Rogue Credit Union for their continued support of Medford Rogues baseball and the surrounding Southern Oregon community. Our friends at Rogue Credit Union are striking out hunger. Rogue Credit Union is donating $10 to Access each time a Rogues pitcher strikes out a player from the opposing team during a home game. Rogue Credit Union, living local, it's a Rogue thing. First pitch to Garcia, in there for a strike. Swinging at the second pitch, he lines it down the left field line for a base hit. A runner on with 1 out here in the top of the second inning for the Lincoln Potters.
Their catcher, Mason Allen.
First base hit of the evening for Lincoln. Hall hit a home run in the first. A 2-run shot that gave Lincoln a 2-0 lead. The Rogues got one back in the bottom half of the first inning. And that's where we stand here in the top of the second with 1 out, 2-1. Lincoln on top here in a special Father's Day Sunday edition of Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com. First pitch to Mason Allen. Swung on a miss for strike number 1. Allen hitting just 111 on the season. Playing in his 8th game for the Lincoln Potters. 6 strikeouts, 2 walks, 2 hits, 2 runs. Walker from the set. Delivers. Ground ball to the shortstop. Scooped by right. Fired to second. Fired to first. Jaden Hanna turns the double play. And the Rogues get out of it quickly. 3 up, 3 down unconventionally, but the Rogues will take it. We'll go to the bottom of the second inning. Rogues trail 2-1. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Rogue Regency Inn and Suites is the official host hotel of the Medford Rogues. Whether you're in Southern Oregon for a quick stay or a longer visit, Rogue Regency has a warm, casually elegant atmosphere with plenty to offer, including Chadwick's, the official sports bar of the Medford Rogues. Make sure you head to the post-game party headquarters, Chadwick's Pub and Sports Bar, and the Rogue Regency Inn and Suites. Bottom of the second inning, Rogues trail 2-1, 7-8-9 for the Rogues. Here in the bottom half of the second, Eric Yang will get his first plate appearance as a Medford Rogue. Jake Helwig batting in the 8th spot. Scotty Wright over at short batting 9th. Brian Schnee with you here live at MedfordRogues.com, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group. Lincoln on top 2-1. Gilman back out there for his second inning of work. Allowed 2 hits in the first. An RBI sac fly from Alex Isola drove in Davis DeLorfis, and Jaden Hanna and Dante Gutierrez were stranded. So Yang will step in. Just finished his freshman year at UC Santa Barbara. Rogues fans familiar with UC Santa Barbara for the name Billy Frederick, who was here with the club for a couple years. Swings and fouls the first pitch off down the left side. Count 0-1. Gilman works from the stretch. Has no one on here in the bottom of the second inning, rather. Count 0-1. Yang in the right-handed batter's box. The pitch from the right-hander inside, 1-1. Rogue staff excited for Eric Yang to join the club. A great option behind home plate. Yang expected to see some great time at UC Santa Barbara next year as a sophomore. The 1-1 lined into left center field for a base hit. Yang is thinking more. He rounds first. That one goes all the way to the wall. Yang stands up at second with a leadoff double for the Medford Rogues here in the bottom of the second inning. How about that for your first plate appearance here in Medford? Jake Helwig steps in as the right fielder for the Medford Rogues tonight. Helwig hitting .296 on the season, 3 doubles, 8 RBI, 21 hits, and 14 runs. He'll step into the left-handed batter's box for the Rogues here in the bottom of the second with no outs and a runner on second base. Gilman again going to have to work out of a jam. Back-to-back innings. Sets, looks at the second baseman. First pitch to Helwig, a short dribbler over to the right side, scooped up by Joseph Torres, and a nice job by Nathan Gilman to move quickly up the line as they do get the out at first. But now for the second inning in a row, the Medford Rogues with less than 2 outs have a runner in scoring position 90 feet away as Eric Yang gets pushed over. Scotty Wright will step in. .265 average, 9 hits, 7 runs, 8 RBI. Bats from the right side. Infield in for the Lincoln Potters. 1 out, runner at third. Lincoln on top 2-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. Gilman sets. High leg kick, first pitch. Called strike. Rogues trail 2-1 in the bottom of the second with 1 runner on and 1 out. Gilman has the count at 0-1 to the 9-hitter, Scotty Wright. Next pitch. Hit to the shortstop. Fields cleanly, fires to first for the out. He stared back Eric Yang at third, so he's stranded at third base with 2 outs. DeLorfis scored the first run of the ball game for Medford. It's the only run of the ball game for the Medford Rogues. Now, DeLorfis did not play at all during his freshman season at the University of Utah. Had a broken finger that kept him out pretty much the entire year. Is looking forward to some excitement for his sophomore season with the Utes. Gilman mixes it up on the first pitch. DeLorfis was ready to jump on the fastball but didn't pull the trigger on the curveball, and the count is 0-1. 2 outs, bottom 2. Runner at third is Eric Yang, count 0-1. Here's the pitch from Gilman. Hit hard down the left field line. And he's going to drive one in. A two-bouncer to the wall. Davis DeLorfis to second. The Rogues tie the ball game at 2. Great piece from Davis DeLorfis. A single and a double now for Davis DeLorfis in back-to-back innings. Eric Yang had a double to start the inning. Driven in now by DeLorfis, as we've got a tie ball game here in the bottom of the second inning with 2 outs, and Jaden Hanna up to bat. DeLorfis so comfortable in the batter's box. Knew his timing was not there on the first pitch and then said, hey, if you're going to throw me one in the zone, I'm taking it. A couple home runs this year for DeLorfis as well. Now 2 outs for Jaden Hanna. Gilman delivers the pitch. Hanna lifts one to left field, but right at the left fielder, Gilbert Sauceda, who makes the catch. So the Rogues do strand DeLorfis over at second, but they do tie the ball game. We are even at 2 after 2 full innings. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Top of the third inning for the Lincoln Potters, who step in. Now the game tied at 2 after the Rogues get one back in the bottom of the second inning. First pitch to Larry Fonseca, the 9-hitter, is in there for a strike. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This is Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com. Count quickly, 0-2. To Fonseca, Walker just outside. And the count 1 ball, 2 strikes to Fonseca, the shortstop. Walker quick on the 1-2 pitch. 2 bounces over to the third baseman, DeLorfis on the run. Strong throw to first, and he gets him in easily. 4 steps. DeLorfis took it on a short hop and fired to first for the easy out. Great play in the hot corner by Davis DeLorfis. This will bring up the leadoff batter in the lineup for the Lincoln Potters, Gilbert Sauceda. 1 out here in the top of the third. We're tied at 2. Walker's first pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Next pitch also downstairs. 2 balls, no strikes. The Potters did strike first in the top of the first inning with a 2-run home run from Zach Hall. Since then, Brett Walker has settled in. He got a 6-4-3 double play to end the second inning. Now is the count at 2-1 to Sauceda. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1. Ball 4. This will bring up Will Law, who was hit by a pitch in the third. Scored on the home run from Zach Hall. Walker now goes to the stretch as Law steps in. First pitch to Will Law is low and in, 1 ball, no strikes. That draws a quick mound visit from Eric Yang, settled down as young right-hander. Walker has thrown about 35 pitches so far in this ball game. As we have you here in the top of the third with 1 out. From the set, here's the 1-0. Walker delivers. Low and in, 2 balls, no strikes. Rogues 12-5, winners of 6 straight. Potters trying to get 1 in the series at 10-6. They've lost their last 2 since coming to Medford. Tough play for Jaden Hanna to make going towards second, and it bounces into center field off the bat of Will Law for a base hit.
Now batting for the Potters, right fielder.
Sauceda now at second. Law at first. 1 out. Walker catches a sign from Yang with 1 out, and he steps off. Runners on first and second. Pitches off the plate to Austin Swift, who flew out to right in his first plate appearance. Zach Hall on deck. Here's the 1-0 pitch from Brett Walker. Bounced into third base. Out in left. A cannon from Valenzuela Reese. It's cut off as DeLorfis tried to get him over at third on the coverage by Scotty Wright. Back-to-back singles on high choppers from the Lincoln Potters, and now the bases are loaded. Tied at 2 here in the top of the third inning. First pitch from Walker to Zach Hall, right at the knees for a strike. Got to be a little bit of a tough at bat for Walker. Forced to pitch to Zach Hall after giving up the home run. Bases loaded, 1 out. See if the young right-hander can work out of it. And he might. The curveball's lifted behind home plate, just foul. Yang gave it a chase. That almost caught a fan who I don't believe knew where that one went. Instead, the count is 0-2. Bases loaded for the Lincoln Potters. Here in the top of the third. We're tied at 2. Time called by Zach Hall. Gutierrez was in at the grass over at first. Instead, now behind the runner. DeLorfis a little bit off the line towards the grass. Kept in front by Yang on the pitch in the dirt, and the count is 1-2. The 1-2 fouled away. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, top 3. Walker sets. Here's the 1-2. Curveball in the dirt, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swift at first, Law at second, Sauceda at third. One away in the third. The 2-2 lifted down the left field line and foul. Over onto our Seven Feathers triple play patio. Tonight occupied by the good folks at Mary's Barbecue Place. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Walker. Fastball up and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bases juiced for the Potters. We'll see how Walker responds with the 3-2. He comes to his set, deals. Hit right up the middle past a diving shortstop. 1 run scores, another one on the way. The throw from Connor Lowry in time. He guns him out from center field. Eric Yang scoops and tags, and there are 2 out. What a cannon by Connor Lowry. 1 bounce to Eric Yang, who scoops and tags out the runner, sliding in at home. Runners on first and second, just a 3-2 lead for Lincoln. Flex those muscles. A quick crow hop from Lowry, and he gunned him. Only base unoccupied is at third. 2 outs for Joseph Torres. First pitch to Torres is a strike. So Law thrown out at home, trying to get there from second. Swift at second now, Hall at first after the RBI single. Count is 1-1 to Torres, who grounded out on a comebacker to Walker, which ended the first inning. It's a 3-2 lead for the Lincoln Potters here in the top of the third inning. 2 runners on, 2 outs. And now he plunked him. Looks like a foul ball. Nope, it is going to be a hit batsman. That one ran up and in. Fastball from Walker. Bases loaded again, 2 outs. Eric Bloom wants to go check on Joseph Torres over at first. Bases loaded again. Braden DiBenedictis struck out in his first plate appearance. Quick mound visit from Christian Coronado. Heroes is a new place for gourmet subs, wraps, salads, and burgers. People are really talking about how Heroes is the best sandwich shop in town. Go give them a try. Eat like a hero today. Medical attention requested for Joseph Torres down at first base. We'll step aside for a quick break. Bases loaded, top 3, 2 outs. Rogues trail 3-2. Medford Rogues Baseball presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Back here at Harry and David Field in Medford. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Torres stays out there after getting some medical attention with 2 outs, bases loaded. First pitch hit hard to the third baseman. DeLorphis trots over to third to get the force play, and the Rogues are out of the inning. But Sauceda scores on an RBI single by Zach Hall. The play of the inning, clearly the assist from Connor Lowry in center, gunning out Will Law from center field, trying to stretch from second to home. Just a 3-2 lead for Lincoln. We'll go to the bottom of the third. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Mary's Barbecue, tender, juicy, slow-smoked meat, homemade sides, and friendly service. Easy for anyone in Southern Oregon to get to. Mary's Barbecue at 841 East Pine Street in Central Point. Follow them on Facebook or their website, marysbbqplace.com. Bottom three, Rogues Trail 3-2. Brian Schnee with you here live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Clay Valenzuela-Reese, the three-hitter, leads things off here in the bottom of the third. Sees the first pitch strike from Gilman. Count 0-1. Happy Father's Day to all of you out there joining us who may be a father figure, a mentor, role model, etc. The count 0-1. In the dirt, Valenzuela-Reese went for it, and the count is 0-2. Thanks to Don Drager over from Mary's Barbecue, also owner of Drager Construction. The Rogues will now be putting on a kids camp free for all in the community on June 28th. Take advantage. Information coming soon. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fouled straight down on the off speed by Valenzuela-Reese. Count remains, no balls, 2 strikes. Thanks to all of you for joining us live here on MedfordRogues.com. Feel free to check in with us. Potters fan, Rogues fan, Great West League baseball fan, no fan of baseball at all. Feel free to dial in on the live chat. Valenzuela-Reese goes down swinging on the off speed, and 2 strikeouts now for Clay tonight. Alex Isola will step in. RBI on a sac fly to right field in the first inning. That drove in Davis DeLorphis. DeLorphis, a single and a double, a run scored, an RBI tonight in 2 plate appearances. Eric Yang had a double and came around to score off the bat of DeLorphis in the second inning. 3-2 lead for Lincoln. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Gilman comes to a set. First pitch to the right-handed hitting Isola is lifted to the right side of the infield, creeping into foul territory as the first baseman, and Will Law, who moves over to first, makes the catch. Jake Boyd now in at second base for the Lincoln Potters. Joseph Torres appears to be out of the lineup after being hit by a pitch in the top of the third. Dante Gutierrez will step up with 2 outs. So 2 quick ones for the Rogues here in the third, who trail 3-2. Live here at MedfordRogues.com. Brian Schnee with you on a beautiful Sunday night. It's hot here in Medford. I know it's going to be even more warm for the Rogues when they go on the road to Marysville. Temperatures over 100 each day. First pitch to Gutierrez. Outside, 1-0. Gilman comes to a set. Holds on the 1-0. No one on. 2 outs. Out of the zone. 2 balls, no strikes. Gutierrez very patient at the plate. Second most walks for the Rogues this season, behind Johnny De La Cruz, out of the lineup tonight. Curveball dropped in there for a strike from Gilman. Count 2-1. Gilman settling in with the middle part of the order. At least 2, 3, 4. Count 2-1. The right-hander deals the 2-1. Lifted into left field for a base hit. A 1-bouncer to the left fielder, Gilbert Sauceda, and 2 singles for Dante Gutierrez tonight. Connor Lowry will step in. He grounded out to end the first inning. But Lowry's got the raw power. See how he adjusts with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Leads the Great West League in RBI. Runner on first is Dante Gutierrez. Has a stolen base this year. 2 outs. Lowry in the right-handed batter's box. First pitch. Up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. Eric Yang on deck. The 1-0 pitch. Big swing from Lowry, and the count is 1-1. Early on the off speed from Gilman. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gilman sets. Runner on first is Gutierrez. 2 outs. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Going to get by the catcher. Gutierrez will take off. 2 balls and a strike. The curveball in the dirt. Now has Gutierrez at second base in scoring position with 2 outs. Rogues trail 3-2. 5 hits apiece tonight for Lincoln and Medford. An error for Lincoln. Nothing across on that side of the board for Medford. As we have you here in the bottom of the third inning on Father's Day. Rogues trail 3-2. Count 2-1. 2 outs. Gutierrez at second. Gilman sets, looks at second, goes to the plate. The 2-1 pitch out of the zone. 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. The pitch to Lowry. Hit high and out of play. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Lowry steps in to face the 3-2 from Gilman. Gets a sign from Mason Allen. Gutierrez at second, 2 outs, bottom 3. The 3-2 pitch on the way. Lowry rips it to center field for a base hit. They're going to have Gutierrez testing the arm from the center fielder, a play at the plate. He slides in and is thrown out. Great throw from the center fielder, Zach Hall. We've seen that now on both sides. Nice tag applied by Mason Allen. Lowry gets a single, and after 3 innings, Rogues trail 3-2. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com.
Now, back to Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball.
7-hitter in the lineup, Isaiah Garcia steps in with the first pitch of the top of the fourth coming from Brett Walker. Garcia swings and misses. Count 0-1. Rogues close in the bottom of the third for striking, but thrown out at the plate was Dante Gutierrez by Zach Hall. Second time tonight we've seen the center fielder, one from either team now, flex the muscle. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Garcia lifts it to right field, going back and tracking towards the track is Garcia. It bounces to the wall, drops in. Hellwig can't handle. And a stand-up double for Isaiah Garcia. This will bring up Mason Allen.
Batting next, Potters catcher.
You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Tonight is a Fred Meyer Family Fun Sunday. The Rogues offer specially priced family ticket packages for each Sunday home game. For just $44, you get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 fountain drinks, and 4 souvenir baseballs. And you can only get those at the 3 Fred Meyer stores locally in the Rogue Valley. Don't miss out on the fun. It's Fred Meyer Family Fun Sundays here at Harry and David Field. No outs, runner on second for the Lincoln Potters, who lead 3-2. Walker comes to his set. Looks at Garcia over at second, goes to the plate. First pitch is a fastball up and in on Allen. Count 1-0. The 1-0 hit hard down the left side. Looks like it may have bounced close to that bag over at third, rather. And DeLorfus got beat. It went underneath. Just foul. Count is 1-1. Next pitch in the dirt. Going to get away from Yang. 2 balls and a strike. The runner goes down to third base now. So Walker going to have to work out of the jam. No outs, runner 90 feet away. 3-2 lead for Lincoln. Top 4. The 2-1 pitch. Up and out, 3-1. The 3-1 pitch. Fastball called strike. Full count to Mason Allen. The pitch low and in the dirt. And a walk issued by Brett Walker.
Potter shortstop, Larry Fonseca.
First walk tonight, but Walker has also hit 2 batters. Surrendered 6 hits. Larry Fonseca, who grounded out in the third, steps in. Hits one fouled on the left side, and the count 0-1. Walker has runners on the corners. No outs, top 4. Potters lead 3-2. The 9-hitter Fonseca at the plate. Count 0-1. Walker. There was a curveball in the dirt. Looks like Fonseca thought about the bunt. Pulled it back. Count 1-1. Walker with the 1-1 on the way. Up and in. Nearly hit him. 2 balls and a strike. 2 in the first, 1 in the third for Lincoln. Next one even further up and in. Count 3-1. Runner on the corners for Lincoln here in the top of the fourth inning. Garcia and Allen. Walker has the 3-1 count, no outs. From the stretch, the pitch. Hit foul by Fonseca, out of play. Count now 3 balls, 2 strikes. No out. The 3-2 pitch. Hit high to mid-center. Lowry camps out underneath. Going to fire. And almost cut off by Gutierrez. Got through, went all the way to Eric Yang. The runner did not test. Runners on the corners with 1 out.
Potters left fielder Gilbert Sacida.
Josh Hogan's going to go out there and make a change with the runners on the corners, 1 away in the top of the fourth. 3-2 lead for Lincoln. We're going to step aside. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com.
The Rogues all season long, right here on MedfordRogues.com.
Chris Painter out of the bullpen for the Medford Rogues here in the top of the fourth inning. 1 out, runner on the corners. Painter making his 4th appearance of the year, the left-hander. Deals the first pitch to Gilbert Sauceda, in there for a strike. Painter, a native of Central Point, Oregon, just up the street. Finished his junior year at Tennessee Wesleyan College. Looks over at first, and Gutierrez didn't make the catch as it goes into right field. And a run scores for the Potters. Garcia trots home. Allen now at second. Gutierrez is wearing shades, but it's a tough angle. Sun setting over the third base side. 4-2 lead for Lincoln. Painter with a runner on second. Deals. Next pitch hit high to shallow center. Lowry comes in, makes the catch for out number 2. 1 run in the top of the 4th so far for Lincoln. 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 1st. 1 in the 1st and 2nd, respectively, for the Medford Rogues, who trail 4-2 in the top of the 4th inning. 2 outs. Will Law steps in. Painter has a 2.87 earned run average, 2-0 win-loss record. Thrown 15 and 2/3 innings before tonight. 9 walks, 13 hits, 4 strikeouts. First pitch is up and away to Will Law. Hit by a pitch, scored in the 1st. Had a single in the 3rd, and then he was thrown out by Connor Lowry in center field. The 1-0 pitch from Painter. Fouled away, and the count is 1-1. Painter gets the sign from Eric Yang. 2 outs. Looks at second, the 1-1 pitch. Hit high to deep right field. Hellwig going back at the track, and he makes the catch in the sun. A deep shot off the bat of Will Law, but it stays in the yard, and the Rogues only allow 1. It's a 4-2 lead for Lincoln. As we're midway through the 4th inning, you're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Bottom of the 4th inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Eric Yang will step in. Had a double and a run scored in the 2nd. Jake Hellwig on deck. Scotty Wright to follow. 7-8-9 for the Rogues as they trail 4-2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Gilman back out there for the Potters. Thanks to all of you for joining us live at MedfordRogues.com. You can feel free to check in. Let us know where you're listening from tonight. I know we've got a lot of Potter fans on the broadcast. We appreciate you. We won't tell you to go away. Trust me, we'll take anybody here. But thanks for joining us live here on MedfordRogues.com. First pitch fouled away by Yang over towards the Rogues dugout, and the count is 0-1. Yang steps in the right-handed batter's box. No one on, no out. Count 0-1. In the dirt. And the count is 1 ball, 1 strike. Yang hits one hard to the third baseman. Friendly bounce. Short hop to first. Nice scoop by Will Law to get the out.
Now batting your Rogues right fielder,
So Jake Hellwig will step in.
Hellwig.
Hellwig grounded out to the right side in the second inning. Rogues trail 4-2, 1 out, bottom 4. Gilman comes to a set. Hellwig in the left-handed batter's box. First pitch, right down the middle. And taken by Hellwig, count 0-1. Gilman on the 0-1 pitch. Hellwig swings through. And the count is quickly no balls and 2 strikes to Jake Hellwig. (0-2), 1 out, no one on. Bottom 4. Gilman deals the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Quiet night at the ballpark. Fans just basking in the heat. They're baking down there. Not bacon, but baking. Bacon is another night. Thursday, July 20th. You should be here for that one. Some real sizzle on that night. Maybe it'll be like 100 degrees that night, too. Probably. Mid-late July, I wouldn't be surprised if it's 110. Hellwig strikes out. So 2 outs. Scotty Wright steps in. Count is 1-2, or rather was 1-2 to Hellwig when he looked at it and went down on strikes. So Wright steps in with 2 away. First pitch in the dirt, 1-0. Rogue scored 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Nothing here in the third or fourth. The 1-0 pitch, low and in, 2 balls, no strikes. Gilman comes to a set on the 2-0. Leg kicks, fires. The 2-0 is hit hard to the left side. Right way out in front of it. And the count is 2 balls and a strike. Don's joining us from Vero Beach, Florida. Thanks for hanging out with us live here at MedfordRogues.com. Where's it hotter right now, Florida or Medford? Let's take a poll. Here's the 2-1. Up and in, 3 balls, 1 strike. I know it's hot in the Northeast as well. It's just warm all over the place. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. No one on. Bottom of the 4th inning. Gilman delivers the pitch. Fouled straight back. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gilman now with the 3-2. Wright puts it in play over to the third baseman. Scooped up, fired to first, into the sun, and Law dropped the baseball. Going to be an error on the first baseman, Will Law. Lost it in that great ball of fire in the sky. Quite common over here on the right side of the field for 7:58 at night on a clear evening. DeLorfis will step in. 2 for 2 tonight, RBI and a run scored. Single and a double for the leadoff batter for the Medford Rogues. He has Scotty Wright over at first. 2 outs. Gilman delivers. First pitch is up and in. DeLorfis got out of the way. He tried to get Scotty Wright snoozing over at first, but he slides back safely. Kim is saying it's hotter in El Dorado Hills, California. Today reached 105. Right now it's a pleasant 100, she says. I think we're about 95 today. It's just sticky, too. It's just not overly pleasant. I love how you word 100 as pleasant. That's good. DeLorfis hits one past a diving third baseman for yet another hit. Hogan says, let's go. Scotty Wright around third base. He's going to motor in and score. DeLorfis is thrown out at third, but the run will count. It's 4-3. DeLorfis went in head first over at third, trying to stretch it. The ball went all the way to the corner, but the Rogues get a run back. After 4, Medford trails 4-3. We'll go to the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Rogues would like to thank Rogue Credit Union for their continued support of Medford Rogues Baseball and the surrounding Southern Oregon community. Our friends at Rogue Credit Union are striking out hunger, so Rogue Credit Union is donating $10 to Access each time a Rogues pitcher strikes out a player from the opposing team during a home game. Rogue Credit Union, living local, it's a Rogue thing. 4-3, Lincoln on top as we enter the top of the 5th inning. Chris Painter back out there for the Medford Rogues. 3-4-5, heart of the order for the Lincoln Potters. Austin Swift will step in, a single and a flyout. The left-hander Painter delivers. Up and out, 1 ball, no strikes. Next pitch outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Painter came in the 4th inning, got 2 outs. Now back out here for the 5th. Called strike at the knees, count 2-1 to Austin Swift. Painter came in and got 2 flyouts. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hit hard, a short hop over to Delorfus. He bobbles, keeps in front, fires to first. Nice pick by Dante Gutierrez at first. Looking into the sun. Great play by Gutierrez to get the short hop from Delorfus. Routine in the scorer's book, but far from out on the field. Zachary Hall steps in, had an RBI single in the 3rd. A 2-run home run in the 1st. 1 out. Lefty-lefty matchup. Painter, the pitch. The bunt laid down. Delorfus fields on a bare hand, fires to first, not in time. A great read from Delorfus after playing at regular depth. And a base hit for Zachary Hall with 1 out.
Next up for the Potters, Jake Boyd.
Jake Boyd will step in, his first plate appearance tonight for the Lincoln Potters. He came in to play second base. Will Law moved from second to first after Joseph Torres got hit in the 3rd inning. Likely, I would have to imagine that's the reason why he's out at this point. The count is 1-0. Painter has a runner at first. Hit high in the infield. Delorfus coming in, Gutierrez coming in. Delorfus calls him off. That one in between the pitcher's mound and home plate. Delorfus ran a long way to make the catch for out number 2.
Baseman Braden DeBenedictis.
0 for 2 tonight is the 3rd baseman, Braden DeBenedictis, who steps up with a runner at first. Lincoln on top 4-3 here in the top of the fifth inning with 2 outs. Zach Hall had the bunt single with 1 out. Painter will look over at first. Not much of a pickoff move, but just to make sure Hall is staying honest over at first base. Two outs. Painter again will look over at first. So Don came back by saying the weather report in Vero Beach is at 76. Medford, Oregon, 94. I had a feeling that was the case. Jess checking in from Chino Hills, California, 95 as the sun sets. Hit to shallow right field. Hellwig going a long way. The second baseman, Jaden Hanna, calls him off and slides and makes the catch. Great catch by Jaden Hanna over on the right field line. Ran a mile to get it and get the Rogues out of the top of the fifth. 4-3 will go to the bottom of the fifth inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window here at the ballpark because of a stray fly ball. When we need our windows fixed or replaced, the only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon. Bottom of the fifth for Jaden Hanna, the 2-batter in the Medford Rogues lineup, to step in. 0 for 1 tonight with a walk. Doug's checking in saying it was 105 in Vegas today. Still 100. Yeah. We'll take 95 in Oregon. No steam, though. I mean, a little bit. I mean, I'm a Northeast guy, so it always feels like it's just not the same as the hazy, hot, and humid. First pitch is outside to Jaden Hanna. 1 ball, no strikes. Can always get at us on Twitter and Instagram at Medford Rogues. Lots of good stuff up there. Always on Facebook, including last night's fireworks display at Medford Rogues Baseball. If you weren't here, you can check those out. Great game pictures from Star Wars night. And always lots more. We leave it open-ended for you. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Gilman in the fifth. Called strike on the outside corner, 2-1. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This is Medford Rogues Baseball, live on MedfordRogues.com. Lincoln on top 4-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. 7 hits apiece for the Rogues and the Potters. Gilman has the 2-1. Hanna rips it to center field, 2 steps back for Zach Hall, who makes the catch. The Frost family back in Redmond, Oregon. We loved having you here at Harry and David Field. We had a blast as well, and happy you did. Thanks for being a part of Friday and Saturday at the ballpark. They're always 2 great nights to be here. And, of course, Star Wars night with fireworks. It's tough to beat. Tonight, Father's Day, of course, a Father's Day edition of Medford Rogues baseball. So dads that came out to the brunch got into tonight's game for free. One away. Called strike to Clay Valenzuela-Reist. Valenzuela-Reist 0 for 2 tonight. Fastball gets away from the catcher in the dirt, 1-1. Rogues 12-5. The Potters 10-6. Not even halfway point of the season, but some big movement in the standings over the last couple days. Next one looked a little up and in. Called strike, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. No one on for Clay Valenzuela-Reist. Gilman had the sign, but Clay steps out of the batter's box. An extra second for adjustment from Valenzuela-Reist, and the count is at 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. The curveball lifted to center field. Hall has to go about 9 steps to his left to make the catch. 2 quick outs to the center fielder, Zach Hall. And Alex Isola, 0 for 2 tonight with an RBI, will step up. He'll step in the right-handed batter's box with no one on and 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Rogues trail 4-3. The pitch from Gilman. Curveball up and in. Count 1 ball, no strikes. The Rogues got one back in the bottom of the 4th inning. They tried to get another. Defense coming into play. Isola hits a grounder to the shortstop. The throw off the mark, and the first baseman kept his toes on the bag. Jamie Flynn's going to stand there and say, I don't know. And Josh Hogan's going to come on over to the field umpire and say, I don't know, riddle me that. And he will have a nice slow walk back to the dugout as the Rogues go down in order. To the top of the 6th we go. Lincoln on top 4-3. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. $7-8-9 for the Lincoln Potters in the top of the 6th inning. Rogues fans, if you're looking for a used car or truck, why not head to the dealer? That'll give you the best quality vehicle at the best price. Crater Lake Ford uses real-time tracking software to research similar makes within hundreds of miles to give you the best car shopping experience while saving you time and money. Crater Lake Ford, right cars and trucks, right prices, right experiences. Visit them online at craterlakeford.com. Some scores from the NCAA Division I College World Series. Louisville over Texas A&M 8-4. Florida over TCU 3-0. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. LSU and Oregon State. Thanks to BG Gould for all the info. One of the biggest Beavers fans I know, if not the biggest Beavers fan I know. The 0-1 pitch from Painter, outside to Isaiah Garcia, and the count is 1-1. Lincoln on top 4-3, top 6, no out. The 1-1 pitch, inside corner, called strike. Nice spot from Painter. And the count is 1-2. Painter comes to a set. The 1-2 pitch, up and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mason Allen on deck. 0 for 2 tonight. Isaiah Garcia, 2 for 2 with a double, a single, and a run scored. Tonight's designated hitter. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Painter. Up and away, 3 balls, 2 strikes. No outs, top 6. Rogues trail by 1. Painter. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Isaiah Garcia chases.
Strikeout, sports fans. $3 beers till the end of the inning. Batting next for the Potters.
1 out here in the top of the 6th inning now for Mason Allen. Fans here at the ballpark loving that. That's tonight's K-batter. So the adult beverages just got a little cheaper for those on a tighter wallet here tonight. And away they go. 1 out, top 6. First pitch to Mason Allen in there for a strike. Count is 0-1. 1 out. Rogues trail 4-3. Sun setting on most of the field. The infield actually highlighted by sunshine. The outfield mostly shaded at this point. Just a horrific angle for anyone on the right side, especially Dante Gutierrez and the first base coach and the field umpire. The count is 0-2. Painter, the left-hander, deals. The 0-2 fastball is upstairs and left alone. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count 1-2. The pitch. Outside 2-2. For the Rogues in the bottom of the 6th, Dante Gutierrez, Connor Lowry, and Eric Yang, your top 3. Here's the 2-2 with 1 out. Fastball up and out. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 3 straight out of the zone from Chris Painter after starting the at-bat. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 away. Allen in the right-handed batter's box against the lefty Chris Painter. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, back-to-back strikeouts for Chris Painter. So bring up Larry Fonseca, 0 for 2 tonight, a ground out and a fly out. Painter settling into a groove. No one on, 2 outs, top 6, 4-3 lead for Lincoln. First pitch from Painter. In there for a strike. Textbook for the left-hander Chris Painter, who's done a nice job coming out of the pen this year. Also had 2 early starts for the Rogues. 1 here at home, 1 on the road. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Fastball just missing, 1-1. Painter likes to work quick. Has 2 outs. And the count is 1-1. The pitch. Catching the outer part of the plate, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Painter gets his sign from Eric Yang. 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Just outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So back-to-back strikeouts to start the top of the 6th for Chris Painter. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Fished at, and going to be a base hit, slapped into center. A 2-bouncer past Scotty Wright. And Fonseca on with a 2-out single. Gilbert Saucedo, 1 for 3 tonight. Rather, 0 for 2. It looks like I can't read my own handwriting. Got to love that. He scored. First pitch to Sauceda, in there for a strike. Runner over at first is Fonseca. His right hand is up to the brim of his helmet trying to look through the sunshine. Here's the 0-1. Called strike, no balls, 2 strikes. Lincoln on top 4-3 here in the top of the 6th inning. Painter with a runner on. 2 outs and the count 0-2. Goes to the plate. Hit hard down the right side by Sauceda, but foul, and the count remains no balls and 2 strikes. The Rogues are on the road tomorrow through next Saturday. So 6 straight. Sunday's a day off. Then we're back here against the Lincoln Potters. Sauceda lifts one to deep right field. Hellwig is back there for the catch. And the 3rd out is retired. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Chris Painter. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Rogues trail 4-3. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Rogues Baseball is brought to you by Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration. Founded over 2 decades ago, Claudio Alvarez Construction and Restoration are there when you need them the most. Whether it's fire, storm, or water damage, the Alvarez Restoration team is ready and willing to bring your home back to how it used to be. We like to say when bad stuff happens, we make good stuff happen. Find us at alvarezrestoration.com or by calling 541-727-7340. That's 541-727-7340. Alvarez Construction and Restoration, a proud sponsor of Medford Rogues Baseball, live here at MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, bottom of the 6th inning. Dante Gutierrez will lead things off. Two singles for Gutierrez in his first 2 plate appearances. First pitch from Gilman is in there for a strike. Count 0-1. 4-3 lead for Lincoln here in the bottom of the 6th. Gilman comes to his set with the count 0-1. The pitch. Up and out, and the count is 1-1. It's notable that the Oregon Sports Awards are going on right now. Congratulations to Grants Pass's Deshae Weiss, who won Prep Track and Field Athlete of the Year. The Oregon Sports Awards happening right now, and we're tracking those on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter at Medford Rogues and on Instagram at Medford Rogues. Always on Facebook at Medford Rogues Baseball, with plenty to offer you there. So a like and a share, always appreciated. The count 1-2. Gutierrez steps out. No outs, bottom 6. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Dante Gutierrez. Rogues down 4-3. Gilman deals the 1-2. Curveball, strike 3, froze Gutierrez for the first out of the bottom of the 6th. Deadly pitch from Gilman. And Gutierrez got a little conversation from the home plate umpire. Connor Lowry steps in with one away here in the 6th. Had a single in the 3rd. He got on as Gutierrez was thrown out at the plate. 1 out for Lowry. First pitch, a strike. Good spot at the knees, and the count is 0-1. Rogues trail 4-3 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Count 0-1. Lowry fans at it, and the count is 0-2. Gilman gets the sign from Mason Allen. And has the count at 0-2. The pitch. Lowry swings, ball in the dirt, strike 3. He runs down to first and is thrown out. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gilman. His 5th of the night. Through 5 2/3, he scattered 7 hits and a run. 3 runs came across in total, but those due to error. Just 1 earned run for Gilman tonight. Bottom 6, 2 outs. Eric Yang will step in. 1 for 2 in his Medford Rogues debut with a run and a double. Gilman from the set with 2 outs. First pitch, low and away, 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside, 2 balls, no strikes. Yang steps in. The count 2-0. Swings and fouls it away, 2-1. Back-to-back strikeouts for Gilman in the 6th. Yang has the count at 2-1 with 2 outs. Rogues trail 4-3. The 2-1 pitch. Yang puts it on the ground to the third baseman, dives off the glove, and Yang beats it out. Ruled a hit, 8th hit for the Medford Rogues tonight. Tough play for the third baseman, Braden DeBenedictis. Had to dive full extension to his left just to keep the ball in the infield. Knocked it down, but 2 outs for Jake Helwig now with Eric Yang over at first. Gilman looks over at first and comes to a set. The pitch. Kept in front by Mason Allen, 1 ball, no strikes. So after back-to-back strikeouts, Yang hit it hard to the left side and is in there for an infield single. 2 for 3 in his Rogues debut. 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Jake Helwig, who lines it to right field but directly at the right fielder for out number 3. The Rogues will strand 1, and they trail 4-3 after 6 complete innings here at Harry and David Field. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Located just 5 minutes from the I-5 and Grants Pass, Hellgate Jet Boat Excursions is the only place you need to go for the ultimate Rogue River experience. Jet through historic Hellgate Canyon, lounge at the exclusive OK Corral, and feast on an all-you-can-eat homemade barbecue. Visit www.hellgate.com to book your experience today. The Rogues go to the bullpen. Number 31, Aaron Hutchinson, comes in to pitch in relief for Chris Painter, who went 2 2/3 innings, in relief for Brett Walker, who went 3 1/3. Painter scattered 2 hits, striking out 2 in those 2 2/3. Aaron Hutchinson comes in, making his 8th appearance of the year, having thrown 12 2/3 innings, surrendering just 2 earned runs, scattering 6 hits, striking out 14, and walking 3. A 1.42 earned run average for Aaron Hutchinson, who is 2-0 on the year with a save. The right-hander from Phoenix, Oregon, back out there talking to Eric Yang for their first conversation as pitcher and catcher here with the Medford Rogues.
Aaron Hutchinson on the mound now.
Will Law, the 2-hitter in the Lincoln Potter lineup, steps in. 8:31 local time here in Medford, Oregon. Nice to have you with us. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. My name is Brian Schnee. Top of the 7th inning, 4-3 lead for Lincoln. Hutchinson's first pitch is outside, 1-0. Law in the left-handed batter's box is 1 for 2 tonight. A single, a run, and he was hit by a pitch. A lazy fly ball to Scotty Wright over at short. And he makes the catch for out number 1. Austin Swift comes in, 1 for 3 tonight. A single in the 3rd. Portland on top of Chico in the 6th. 4-1 the score from Nettleton Stadium Field at Chico State University. Swift stepping in to face Hutchinson with 1 out here in the top of the 7th. First pitch, fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Rogues trail 4-3 here in the top of the 7th inning. Both teams with 8 hits. Medford with an error, 2 for Lincoln. Hutchinson from the full windup. Here's the 0-1 pitch from the right-hander, inside, 1-1. Zach Hall on deck. 2 singles and a home run. Multi-RBI game for the center fielder. The 1-1 pitch, outside, 2 balls and a strike. 1 out, top 7, 4-3 lead for Lincoln here in Medford, Oregon, trying to scrap out a win against the Rogues. The 2-1 pitch, lifted down the right field side and foul. Count now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 from Hutch. Identical spot to the last pitch, lifted out of play. Count remains even at 2-2. Top of the 7th inning for those of you just joining us. No one on, 1 out, 2-2 count. In the dirt, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Austin Swift. Lincoln leading 4-3. 2 in the top of the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, and 1 in the 4th for the Potters. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fastball, strike 3. Yang fires to first to ensure it. First strikeout for Aaron Hutchinson in this ball game. And that'll bring up Zach Hall. First pitch to Hall. Fastball, fouled away, and the count 0-1. Hall in the left-handed batter's box. He's had a great night at the plate. Product of the University of Colorado at Colorado Springs. Sees the next pitch out, and the count is 1-1. The 1-1 pitch low and in. and finds the strike zone. The count is 1-2 At the knees, working inside. Hutch has the count at 1-2. The leg kick and delivery. The pitch, a little bit low. The infield all headed towards the Rogues dugout. And the count is 2-2. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Hit hard down the right side and foul. Count remains 2-2 with 2 outs. 4-3 lead for Lincoln. With 2 outs in the count, 2-2. Here in the top of the 7th inning. The 2-2 pitch. Outside, 3-2. The payoff pitch with 2 outs. Hit to the right side, gonna get through. Hall has had a great night. 3 singles and a home run, and he gets on with 2 outs here in the top of the 7th inning. That one just gets by a diving Jaden Hanna. Full extension to the first base side. Nothing Hanna or Gutierrez could have done about that one. Jake Boyd will step in. Hitting in the spot for Joseph Torres. Boyd flew out to the third baseman. Now he lays down the bunt. DeLorfus bare hands and has nowhere to go. An infield single for Jake Boyd. And now there's quickly runners on first and second with 2 outs. Boyd catching the left side of the infield off guard. Lays down a brilliant bunt. And Braden DeBenedictis, the third baseman, will step in with 2 runners on, 2 outs, and a 4-3 lead in the top of the 7th inning. DeBenedictis 0 for 3 tonight. A flyout, a strikeout, and a ground out. First pitch from Hutchinson is outside, 1-0. Hutch got the first 2 batters out in this inning with a flyout and a strikeout. Now back-to-back singles for Hall and Boyd. The 1-0 pitch, up and away, 2-0. Top of the 7th inning. The 2-0 pitch, outside corner for a strike. And the count is 2-1. The 2-1 pitch, hit hard to the right side, going to get through to the outfield. Hellwig fields with a backhand, fires in, and a run will score for the Lincoln Potters. All with 2 outs. The Potters tack on another, and they lead 5-3.
It's your K-batter of the night, Isaiah Garcia. Remember, folks, if Isaiah gets struck out, $3 beers.
Zach Hall scores his 2nd run tonight. The other one was a slower trot around the bags with a home run in the 1st inning. It's a 5-3 lead for Lincoln in the top of the 7th inning. Runners now on first and second. Boyd at second, DeBenedictis at first. Isaiah Garcia is 2 for 3 tonight with a single and a double and a strikeout as well. And he steps in, fouling away the first pitch. Count 0-1. Hutchinson from the set. Looks at second base, goes to the plate. Blocked by Eric Yang, who fires down to second. Jaden Hanna keeps it in front. Count is 1-1. Hutchinson gets the sign with 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch. Outside and low, 2 balls and a strike. So Lincoln adds another here in the top of the 7th inning. It's a 5-3 lead for the Potters in Game 3 of 3 against the Medford Rogues. Lincoln has dropped the first 2. The 2-1 pitch. Gets away from Eric Yang And the count is 3-1 with runners on second and third. Tough pick for Yang as Hutch left it in the dirt, and the count is 3 balls and a strike. All of this happening with 2 outs. Hutchinson was quick to get the first 2, a fly out and a strikeout, then back-to-back-to-back singles for the Lincoln Potters. A look at third. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Called strike, 3 balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. The last pitch, a fastball on the outside corner by Aaron Hutchinson. And Hutch walks him on the 3-2. Bases loaded for Mason Allen. 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. Lincoln putting it together here in the top of the 7th inning. A 5-3 lead now for the Potters. With the bases loaded and 2 outs. 11 hits for Lincoln tonight. 3 in this inning alone. First pitch to Allen is a strike at the knees. Count 0-1. The Rogues' next home game will be against the Lincoln Potters on Monday, June 26th, for a Mystery Monday here at the ballpark. Next pitch low and out, 1-1. The Rogues head to Marysville tomorrow, then to Chico to take on the Heat for a 3-game series. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Good one on the outside corner, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. While the Rogues are on the road, you can listen to Jonathan Kerman on the call all 6 nights live on MedfordRogues.com. Just low and outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Again, the 3 games at Marysville will be a 7:05 first pitch each night. A little bit different than we do here at Harry and David Field. 6:35 first pitch here at home every night. Hutch has the count at 2-2 with 2 outs. Bases loaded, swing and a miss. Nope, got a piece. Almost out of the jam. Instead, Allen will get another crack at it. With the bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 ball, 2 strike count. 1 more run has come across for Lincoln. Every time the Potters have gotten something, the Rogues have been able to jab little by little and come on back. Do they have it in them here on a Sunday night? The 2-2 lifted to left center field. It's going to be a base hit at least. 1 run scores. Another one rounding third and scoring. Boyd and DeBenedictis both score, and it's a 7-3 lead for the Lincoln Potters. Christian Coronado will come on out and talk to Aaron Hutchinson for Larry Fonseca to step up as the Rogues trail now by 4 in the top of the 7th inning. It's a 7-3 lead for Lincoln. For over 60 years, Lippert's Carpet One has been dedicated to helping people find the best flooring solutions for their home or business. And for over 60 years, Lippert's has sponsored and donated to many organizations in our community. We appreciate them. If you want to completely transform a room, Lippert's has many products available, and there are more choices than ever. Whether it's for your home or business, Lippert's has a professional staff dedicated to helping you find just what you're looking for. Lippert's thanks you for over 60 years of being your flooring source, located in Medford on North Pacific Highway or Rogue River Highway in Grants Pass, or you can always find them online at lipperts.com. Runners on first and second with 2 outs. Hutchinson will go to the plate for Fonseca, the 9-hitter. The pitch in there for a strike. 3 runs across for Lincoln here in the top of the 7th inning. Most they've scored in an inning tonight. And they've got a 4-run lead on 12 hits. with 2 outs and runners on first and second here in the top of the 7th inning. Hutchinson looks at second and goes to the plate. Called strike, and the count is 0-2. Rogues on a 6-game tear, which is in jeopardy here tonight, trailing by 4. Called strike 3 to Fonseca as Hutchinson gets out of the inning on a 3-pitch strikeout to the 9-hitter. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 1 looking, 1 swinging, but 3-run score on 4 hits for the Lincoln Potters. They lead by 4. It's 7-3. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Fans, I can't tell you how many times we've had to replace a window here at the ballpark because of a stray fly ball. We need our windows fixed or replaced. The only team we trust are the folks at Bill's Glass. With locations in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass, Bill's Glass is the fastest and most affordable glass service in Southern Oregon. Back here for the bottom of the 7th inning, Brian Cheney with you, live on MedfordRogues.com, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group. Rogues trail by 4. Lincoln, all about a win here tonight. They've lost their last 2 in Medford, back-to-back nights, and have actually dropped to 3rd place in the early standings in the Great West League. The Rogues on a tear, and that in jeopardy of coming to an end tonight on a 6-game win streak. Lincoln goes to the bullpen here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Gilman went 6 innings, surrendering 8 hits, allowing 1 earned run, 3 total coming across, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts. (9-1-2) in the Medford Rogues batting lineup. Scotty Wright reached on an error in the 4th and grounded out to the shortstop in the 2nd inning. Matt Steindorf, the new pitcher for the Lincoln Potters, a right-hander, 6'1", 165 from Granite Bay, California, attends Willamette University. Steindorf making his 5th appearance, having thrown 8 innings, did have a start, has allowed 8 earned runs, 15 hits, a walk, 9 strikeouts, and a 9.00 earned run average. First pitch is a strike to Scotty Wright. Steindorf, slow windup, the hesitation, and the delivery as Wright checks his swing on the fastball that was up and in. No balls, 2 strikes. Lots of hitches in Steindorf's windup. A very slow first step. Then he holds at the top with the leg up by the belt. Hesitates and deals the 0-2. Outside, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Timing is everything when facing a guy like Matt Steindorf. We'll see if the Rogues can tee or not. No outs, bottom 7. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Wright waits on it, lifts it down the right field line, trailing and tailing into the Potters' bullpen for a long fly ball in foul territory, and the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rogues trail 7-3 here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Potters getting 3 in the top of the 7th, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 1st. Rogues haven't scored since the 4th inning. Steindorf delivers the 1-2. Curveball lifted to shallow right center field. Coming in as the right fielder to make the catch for out number 1.
Next batting for your Medford Rogues, number 18, Davis DeLorfis.
Davis DeLorfis steps in with 1 away here in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3 for 3 tonight with 3 RBI, runs scored, 2 doubles, and a single. Talk about numbers for the Utah Ute. Bottom 7, 1 out. His first pitch seen by DeLorfis from Steindorf is a curveball in there for a strike. Count is 0-1. Steindorf quick to get the sign from Mason Allen. The full windup and deliver. The 0-1 pitch. Hit hard to the left side. Scooped up in front on the run by the shortstop. Nice stretch over at first by Will Law. On the run, Larry Fonseca made it look easy. What a play by Larry Fonseca, ranging towards the third base side, and an even better stretch by Will Law. 2 outs for Jaden Hanna. 0 for 2 with a walk, 2 flyouts tonight. DeLorfis, you could easily say, got robbed on that play. Great defensive play. Lincoln cleaning it up here in the bottom of the 7th. 2 outs. Time here for the Rogues. Jaden Hanna stepping in. Base is empty with 2 outs. The first pitch from the right-hander. Called strike. Count is 1-0. Hanna steps in with the count, no balls and a strike, 2 outs. Bottom 7. Steindorf gets the sign from Allen. 4-run lead for Lincoln. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Below the kneecaps, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Steindorf with 2 outs. Inside 2-1. The Lincoln Potters are back in action tomorrow night at McBean Stadium. They take on the Chico Heat for 2 games. Then they go to Nettleton Stadium Field in Chico for 1. So 2 games away, 1 at home for the Heat. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hanna lays it down. Rather missing the bunt, and called strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Hanna steps in the left-handed batter's box. As Steindorf will deal the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch with 2 outs. Bottom 7. The pitch from the right-hander. Hanna lines it to left in front of the left fielder Gilbert Sauceda for a base hit. Clay Valenzuela-Reese will step in. Has had a couple tough at-bats here tonight. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. It's probably because I mentioned that Clay doesn't strike out much. Then he goes out and strikes out a couple times tonight. I got to stop doing that. Runner on first is Jaden Hanna with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Valenzuela-Reese steps in with Steindorf from the stretch. First pitch is a curveball on the outside corner for a strike. The count is 0-1. Runner over at first is Hanna. Slides in safely on a check from the right-hander. Count 0-1 to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. Bottom of the 7th inning. 7-3 lead for Lincoln. Swing and a miss. Count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Clay Valenzuela-Reese. A 7-3 lead for Lincoln here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Count 0-2 with 2 outs. Runner on first is Jaden Hanna after a 2-out single to left. Steindorf, as the count at 0-2, Clay Valenzuela-Reese calls time and steps out of the batter's box. It is awarded to him. So the count still remains 0-2. Here's the pitch. Slide step, Fandat, strike 3. Steindorf comes in, surrenders a hit, gets a couple outs from his fielders, and then gets a strikeout to end the 7th. It's 7-3 after 7 complete innings. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Rogues trail 7-3 in the top of the 8th inning. They go to the bullpen. Peyton Fuller will come in. Making his 4th appearance of the year, his 2nd out of the bullpen. He's thrown 10 innings, surrendered 10 earned runs on 15 hits, 4 strikeouts to 5 walks, a 9.00 earned run average. And Fuller will have Gilbert Sauceda in the top of the Lincoln Potters lineup here for the top of the 8th. Again, 7-3, Lincoln on top, 3 runs in the top of the 7th inning for the Potters. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Game number 6 of a 6-game homestand for the Medford Rogues, 3 against Portland, resulting in a sweep, and then 2 against Lincoln. Back-to-back nights, back-to-back wins for the Medford Rogues. Sauceda thought about the bunt, but Fuller came inside in the fastball, called strike, count 0-1. Fuller delivers the 0-1, hit right up the middle. Wright stays down on behind second base, fires to first for the out. The shift was on for Sauceda as Scotty Wright was playing more up the middle, took a friendly bounce and fired to first for the out. 1 away in the top of the 8th inning. Will Law will step in. Is flied out in his last 2 at-bats. Scored 1 run tonight, a single as well. The first pitch to Law, big swing, and a miss. Count 0-1. Fuller, full windup with the count 0-1 and 1 out. Hit to the right side and foul. And the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Fuller has the 0-2. Curveball is up and away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rogues trail 7-3 here in the top of the 8th inning. Fuller gets a sign from Eric Yang. Has the full windup and the delivery. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Below the knees. 2 balls, 2 strikes. One away here in the top of the 8th inning. The 2-2 pitch from Fuller. Fastball. Strike 3 at the knees. Got him looking for out number 2. Austin Swift will step in. 1 for 4 tonight. A strikeout, a ground out, a fly out, and a single in the 3rd. 2 outs, top 8. Rogues down 4. Here's the pitch from Fuller. Outside, 1-0. Peyton, like Brett Walker, a future Oregon Duck. Both getting time on a Sunday here to throw in front of the hometown fans at Medford, Oregon. The 1-0 pitch. Low and out, 2 balls, no strikes. Got to say from upstairs, very impressed with Eric Yang's debut. Behind the plate for the Medford Rogues also is 2 for 3 with a run scored, a single and a double at the plate in the 7th spot. 3 balls, no strikes. Here's the 3-0 pitch from Fuller in the dirt, 4-pitch walk. For those of you keeping track at home, Eric with an E, like how you would think. Eric with an E. Runner on first is Austin Swift. Zach Hall will step in, the left-handed batter's box. Two outs and a 4-run lead for Lincoln here in the top of the 8th inning. The pitch. Low and in, 1 ball, no strikes. Well, before the last at-bat, Fuller was in a quick groove. Got the ground out right up the middle from Sauceda, and then a strikeout. Has thrown 5 pitches out of the zone. Count 1-0 to Zach Hall, the center fielder. Hall lifts the 1-0. DeLorfis lost the baseball, and everyone lost the baseball. DeLorfis lost it, but fires to first, and Dante Gutierrez tags out Zach Hall. Everyone lost the baseball. It was a fair ball. DeLorfis picked it up and fired to first to get Zach Hall creeping off the bag. Nice tag from Dante Gutierrez. I don't know how it works out in the scorer's book, but the Rogues get out of the inning. Go to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's 7-3. Lincoln on top. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Bottom of the 8th inning, Alex Isola will lead things off as the cleanup hitter for the Medford Rogues, who trail 7-3 to the Lincoln Potters. Isola swings at the first pitch and fouls it away, count 0-1. Isola looking for a hit tonight, 0 for 3 and an RBI. Had a sac fly in the first inning. Steindorf deals the 0-1. And the count quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Steindorf mixes up the hesitation in his windup. Some might see it as a balk because he holds. But here's the 0-2 pitch. Isola fouls it away. The count remains no balls and 2 strikes. No outs, bottom of the 8th inning. Rogues down 7-3. Lincoln got 3 in the top of the 7th. Here's the 0-2. Isola jammed, but fouls it away. Count is 0-2, no outs. Here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Steindorf has the count at 0-2. Quick pitch, and Isola drills it up the middle for a base hit. Leadoff single for Alex Isola as Dante Gutierrez will step up to plate. Gutierrez 2 for 3 tonight, 2 singles. Gutierrez with no outs and a runner on first. Curveball from Steindorf is in there for strike number 1. 7-3 lead for Lincoln, bottom 8. 10 hits now for the Medford Rogues. 13 for Lincoln. Isola dives in at first. Gutierrez swings and misses at the second pitch, and the count is 0-2. Isola at first. Gutierrez in there with the count at no balls and 2 strikes. The pitch is low. Isola takes off and slides in safely at second base. Gutierrez now with a 1-ball, 2-strike count against him with no outs, and Alex Isola in scoring position at second base. Rogues down 7-3. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. No outs. Gutierrez has the 1-2. Steindorf deals. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Connor Lowry will step in.
Put your hands together for your center fielder, Connor Lowry.
Lowry tonight, 1 for 3 with a strikeout, hitting about 300 on the season for average. Leads the league in RBI. Why not add another here with a runner in scoring position? 1 out. Bottom 8. Rogues down by 4. The pitch, inside, 1-0. Rogues not going down without a fight here. Plenty of time left for some Medford magic. We've seen it already this year. The 1-0 pitch. Fouled away by Lowry, and the count is 1-1. Eric Yang on deck for the Medford Rogues. 2 for 3 tonight. A single, a double, and a run scored. Count is 1-1. Steindorf holds, goes to the plate. Low and out in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch from the right-hander. A glance at second. Fouled away by Lowry. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second. Count 2-2 to Connor Lowry. Steindorf comes from a set and goes to the plate. Curveball, dribbler up the middle. The shortstop fields on a funny bounce. Fired to first in enough time. Nice play by Larry Fonseca.
Now batting for your Medford Rogues, catcher Eric.
Alex Isola advanced to third for Eric Yang. Yang 2 for 3 tonight, as just mentioned. Showing up in his debut for the Rogues. Rogues trail 7-3. Two outs, a runner in scoring position just 90 feet away for the Rogues, who trail by 4. First pitch outside to Eric Yang, 1 ball, no strikes. Steindorf holds. Yang hits it up the middle. A bounce, recovered, and the first baseman clearly comes off the bag. They blew it. Oh, that's a tough one. Jamie Flynn can't believe it. The fans can't believe it. I can't believe it. Josh Hogan has a case. A run would have scored for the Rogues, and that would have brought it to 3. Clearly off the bag. That's a tough call. If I could say bad, I would. I just did. After 8, Rogues trail 7-3. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com.
Rogues fans, it's easier than ever to get your tickets to check out the Medford Rogues this summer. Visit MedfordRogues.com and click the Tickets tab to pick your seats for the next night out at Harry and David Field.
Rogues go to the bullpen. Ryan Carl comes in, making his 5th appearance of the year, 9 innings, 2 earned runs, 8 hits allowed, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, 2.00 earned run average for Medford's own Ryan Carl. He will face Jake Boyd, Braden DiBenedictis, and Isaiah Garcia for the Lincoln Potters in the top of the 9th. Rogues trail 7-3. Nice to have you with us live on MedfordRogues.com. My name is Brian Schnee. Our broadcast presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group. Every night this year, we are live with you, and we will be on the road as well. Games 1, 2, and 3 this week. Tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 7:05 first pitch, 6:55 pregame. Jonathan Kerman has the call for 6 straight nights as the Rogues hit the road for 6 in a row in Marysville and Chico. Make sure you check him out. And you can always follow him on social media as well, at Medford Rogues, on Twitter and Instagram, at Medford Rogues Baseball on Facebook. Boyd leads off the inning with a base hit to right. Second hit tonight for Jake Boyd. That brings up DeBenedictis, who had an RBI single in the 7th, a strikeout in the second inning. Rogues will need the magic in the bottom half. 14th hit tonight for Lincoln. Carl stares down at Eric Yang to get the sign. The pitch. Curveball in there for a strike. Count 0-1. Lincoln looking for a win after falling the last 2 nights. The Rogues have been steamy. Winners of their last 6. Carl looks at first, goes to the plate. Hit hard to center field for a base hit. Runners on first and second with no outs now for the Lincoln Potters.
Potters designated hitter Isaiah Garcia.
So Garcia will step in. A single, a double, a walk and a strikeout, and a run scored for Garcia. Rogues trail 7-3. 15 hits now for Lincoln, 10 for the Rogues. Carl trying to work out of a jam here in the top of the 9th inning. Runners on first and second. The left-hander looks at second, goes to the plate. First pitch is low, 1 ball, no strikes. Carl getting the sign with the 1-0 count. Comes to his set. Goes to the plate on the 1-0. Called strike, 1-1. Medford trailed 2-1 after the first inning. They tied it at 2 in the bottom of the second. From that point on, Lincoln able to get a couple runs across. The Rogues jabbed back at him with one more, trailing 4-3 in the 7th. And the Potters got 3 more to lead 7-3, which is where we stand here in the top of the 9th. Count now 1-2 to DeBenedictis with runners on first and second. Rather, Garcia with DeBenedictis on first and Boyd on second. Next pitch outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Back-to-back base hits for the Lincoln Potters here in the top of the 9th inning. 2 ball, 2 strike count with no outs. Carl looks at second. A second glance, and he goes to the plate. The 2-2. Slow dribbler to the left side, and it's a foul ball. Count still 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Garcia will step in with the count even at 2-2. No outs. Carl sets, looks at second. Goes to the plate. Hit high to center field. Connor Lowry underneath it for the catch. And out number 1 in the top of the 9th. This brings up Mason Allen, the catcher. 1 for 3 with a walk, an RBI, rather a 2 RBI single in the 7th inning for Mason Allen. Also struck out and grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the second. The pitch to Allen on the way. Called strike. Count 0-1. count is 0-1, 1 out. Carl looks at second, a double glance. Back to the plate. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit to the right side. It's going to get through. A run going to come around and test the arm of Jake Helwig. Fired to the plate, off the mark. A run scores for Lincoln. 8-3 lead for the Potters here in the top of the ninth.
Now batting for the Potters shortstop Larry Fonseca.
Boyd scores. DeBenedictis at second. Allen at first. Fonseca, the 9-hitter, steps in. Not to say the Rogues' bats did not get to work. 10 hits is normally plenty. A bunt. Carl fires to second. They get 1. And the runners are now at the corners with 2 outs. Nice play off the mound by Ryan Carl to get the runner at second base. It's an 8-3 lead here in the top of the ninth inning. Top of the lineup for the Lincoln Potters. And it looks as actually they will go to the bench for a pinch hitter, Jacob Allen. 6', 170. Outgoing high school senior from Oro Valley, Arizona, fouls it away. And the count is 0-1. Next pitch, outside corner called strike, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes to Jacob Allen. Carl deals the 0-2. Fastball in the dirt, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fonseca at first. DeBenedictis is at third. Second base unoccupied with 2 outs. The count is 1-2 here in the top of the ninth inning. The Potters got 1 already. They lead by 5, 8-3. High chopper to DeLorfus over at third, but he picks it up in foul territory. And the count stays at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Lots of Potters fans joining us on the broadcast tonight. We agree. Happy Father's Day to all of you out there. Potters, Rogues, don't have to love the same team, but we all cheer you on. Happy Father's Day. Thanks for joining us on a special Father's Day here at the ballpark as well, and joining us live on MedfordRogues.com. Count is 1-2 to Jacob Allen in his first plate appearance here tonight. 2 outs, runners off from first, and Allen swings and misses as Ryan Carl gets a strikeout. 1 run comes across, 2 stranded, and it's an 8-3 lead for the Lincoln Potters as we go to the bottom of the ninth. You're listening to Medford Rogues Baseball, presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. This is Medford Rogues Baseball live on MedfordRogues.com. Brian Schnee with you here in the bottom of the ninth inning. The Rogues trail 8-3. Travis Parker, the right-hander from Aurora, Colorado, product of Utah Valley University, comes on to pitch here for the top of the ninth. Lincoln, with the big lead, goes to Parker, making his fourth appearance. He's thrown 4 innings, a 4.50 earned run average. The right-hander has struck out 6, walked 4, and allowed 2 earned runs on 3 hits in those 4 innings. Throws from the stretch, as indicated by his warm-up pitches. He will go against the bottom of the Rogues lineup. Actually going to be a pinch hitter for the Medford Rogues. Jake Gazzo comes in here in the bottom of the ninth inning with the Rogues down by 5. 8-3 the score here at Harry and David Field. The Rogues have used the magic before. Do they have enough in the tank to get 5 here in the inning? We'll just have to wait and see. So Gazzo steps in the place for Jake Helwig, who was 0 for 3 tonight. Gazzo has not made a plate appearance in quite some time, was down due to injury, has been working his way back, had an ankle injury, and is back making his first plate appearance in quite some time. 231 average prior to the injury, played in 9 games for the Rogues. His last plate appearance coming on June 9th against the Lincoln Potters on the road, as he actually injured the ankle that first Friday night that they were in Lincoln. 6 hits, 10 runs, a home run, 3 RBI, 8 walks for Gazzo. Going against the right-hander, Travis Parker, here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Parker deals the first pitch fastball inside 1-0. Good zip from Parker on the heater. First pitch up and in, 1-0. Parker from the stretch deals the 1-0. Fastball in there for a strike at the knees, 1-1. Gazzo hit his home run out of Marysville. Literally probably still in the air somewhere. That was an absolute moonshot as they took on the Yuba City Bears. The 1-1 is a curveball inside, 2 balls and a strike. Count is 2-1. No outs, bottom 9. Rogues trail 8-3. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Gazzo lifts it to right field. Almost looks like he got jammed. He went down. And it looks like went down on the ankle. Never even made it out of the batter's box. A fly out to right. Not a good scenario. Gazzo didn't even know where the baseball went. Tough first at bat back for Jake Gazzo. Hope he's all right. Scotty Wright steps in. A fly out, a ground out, and he reached on an error in the 4th inning. Was stranded there. Rogues need some magic, down 5. 8-3 the score here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Right in the right-handed batter's box against the right-hander Travis Parker. First pitch, a strike at the knees. Count 0-1. Rogues are back at it tomorrow night. They'll hop on the bus, head on down to Marysville, California, to take on the Gold Sox. First time this year. The Gold Sox have won 3 straight after taking care of Yuba City 3 nights in a row. The 0-1 pitch, curveball in there for a strike. The count is 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 0-2 pitch, curveball outside. And the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Scotty Wright. The 1-2 pitch with 1 out. Fastball low and away, 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch coming from Parker. Outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Wright has the count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for the 9-hitter for the Medford Rogues here in the bottom of the 9th inning. 8-3 lead for Lincoln. Time called by Scotty Wright. The 3-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wright goes down for the second out of the inning. 2 outs, bottom 9 for Davis DeLorphis. Huge night for Davis DeLorphis. 2 doubles, 2 RBI, a run scored, and a single. All coming before the 4th inning. First pitch to Davis DeLorphis is low and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Again, we are back with you tomorrow night live here on MedfordRogues.com from Marysville, California at Calusa Casino Stadium as the Rogues take on the Marysville Gold Sox at 6:55 with our pregame show, 7:05 first pitch. Jonathan Kerman has the call all 3 nights in Marysville and then 3 nights in Chico as the Rogues visit the Heat for the first time this season. Monday through Saturday, Rogues baseball on the road right here on MedfordRogues.com. The 1-1 count to DeLorphis. The pitch from the right-hander is in the dirt, 2 balls and a strike. 2 outs, bottom 9, Rogues down by 5. The big inning for Lincoln was in the top of the 7th when they got 3 runs across. Back-to-back-to-back singles to start the inning with 2 outs, all coming with a 2-out rally. And Mason Allen secured it with a 2 RBI double. And they haven't looked back since. The 2-1 pitch is outside, 3 balls and a strike. Count 3-1, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, 16 hits tonight for the Lincoln Potters, just as the Rogues came off of a season-high 15 last night. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Inside, ball 4. A 2-out walk for Davis DeLorphis as Jaden Hanna will step in. Rogues down by 5 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Together for your second baseman, Jaden Hanna.
Jaden Hanna steps in. Hanna steps in the left-handed batter's box with DeLorphis now at first base. Parker trying to shut the door here on the Rogues at home. Again, Lincoln heads back to Lincoln to take on the Chico Heat tomorrow and Tuesday. Then they will go to Chico for 1 game. Seems like almost everyone else is doing that here in the league, and it's because they're all close enough in proximity where they can. The Rogues just so happen to be, if we look at it, a geographical, nice big map in the middle of everything, where it's a long ride north and a long ride south, regardless of who we're playing. I miss the Gems. 90 minutes isn't so bad. Kiger Stadium's cool. Hey, Ken Wilson was on the broadcast earlier this year, and he hinted at the fact that the Gems might be back. He left it open. DeLorphis trots down to second. No throw there. So now he's on second base with a count at 1-1 to Jaden Hanna. 2 outs, bottom 9. Rogues down by 5. Hanna lifts one to right, but on a line it's squeezed and left by Jacob Allen. for the final out of the ball game. We'll keep things here to wrap this one up. As the Rogues fall tonight, stopping their 6-game winning streak, they are now 12-6 on the year. Lincoln improves to 11-6. The Portland Pickles and the Chico Heat score has yet to go final in the bottom of the 8th. Portland up 7-4 on Chico. So I don't believe the standings will change much before tomorrow. But we appreciate you joining us from down in Northern California, from across the country, whether you're a fan of Lincoln Potters baseball or Medford Rogues baseball. We appreciate you hanging out with us tonight on a very special Father's Day. Hope all the fathers out there enjoyed the call of tonight's game. For those of you that were not able to make it out to the ballpark tonight, we wish you a great rest of your Father's Day for the 2.5 hours that might be left of it here on the West Coast. Again, we are on the road with the Rogues tomorrow night at Marysville at Calusa Casino Stadium, a 6:55 pregame, 7:05 first pitch. Jonathan Kerman has the call as the Rogues visit the Gold Sox for 3 straight nights, and then Chico for 3 straight nights. Lincoln winning tonight 8-3, the final score, as the Potters get one back, and they take 1 of 3 from the Rogues here in Medford. For my broadcast partner and producer, Jonathan Kerman, my name is Brian Schnee. Thanks so much for joining us here from Harry and David Field in Medford, Oregon. Again, your final score, Lincoln 8, Medford 3. We're back with you tomorrow night as the Rogues are on the road, 7:05 first pitch. Kerman has the call, so tune in live on MedfordRogues.com. Presented by Mike Newman and the Newman Group, your local home loan experts. Happy Father's Day. Have a great evening.
Rogue Nation, thanks for listening to Medford Rogues Baseball. Listen to the Rogues all season long, live on MedfordRogues.com.